everybody, welcome to Vlogmas episode 2. I hope you enjoyed the little tour around my handmade shop in Conwy. It's handmade and fair trade, so it's all handmade and some of the items are fair trade. And that supports women with fair working conditions and fair pay, which I absolutely love the idea of that, which is why I include the fair trade in my shop. And I think it just works really well together. But moving on to the socks, the crochet Helga socks that I was making in the last Vlogmas, I have started on the second sock, and you have to excuse the lighting today. I can't get a very good lighting, so hopefully this will show up okay. This is the second sock that I've started, and I noticed something really strange in the pattern that I've never come across while making socks before, and I'm sure it probably does happen. It's just the socks I've made, I have never seen this happen. And it is, when I was going through the pattern, I didn't really take much notice at first, because every sock I've made let me just get the knitted sock to reference and it will help me explain what I'm about to show you. So when doing the knitted sock, so this is the same sock principle as the one I'm doing, because it's a toe up sock and it has an afterthought heel and a rib cuff, which is similar to this, because this is toe up, afterthought heel, and then you work the leg and the cuff. So that's what I mean when I say it's similar. So here is the line where my afterthought heel will be placed. Now, I am new to crochet socks. As I said, I have not made crochet socks. This is only my third pair, and I'm following the West Yorkshire Spinners Helga pattern, and I'm doing the short socks, and you have left sock, and I never really took much notice of it. And then you have a right sock, and it didn't really occur to me, why have you got a left and a right sock? Because how are you ever going to tell the difference once you've worn them, put them in the wash, and they come out of the wash? Which is the left and the right anyway? So that's really baffling me. So if anyone has any clear idea as to why socks would be made with a left and a right foot, and how you would ever tell the difference once they've been washed and back in your drawer ready to wear again, I don't know. I'm obviously missing something here. But that's not my main point. My main point with making them, and the problem that I can see, the second sock, which is the right sock pattern in the pattern. So I'd made the left sock. This was the first sock I made, and I did see that it said left sock, and to be honest, I didn't really think there would be a lot of difference between a left and a right sock. So and because being new to socks, I just went with it, thinking there must be some reason why there is a left and a right sock in crochet that's different to knitting. And that's why I really didn't question it too much. Well, yesterday I was making the right sock as per the pattern, and it occurred to me that this sock the left sock is almost twisted. And I hadn't noticed, because when you put the sock on, it fits perfectly and it's lovely fit and it just looks like a normal sock. However, when you lay it down, I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain this properly until the second one's finished maybe. So when I lay it down, this is the toe, but normally when you knit in a sock, you lay it flat, and this is where I'm going to get this one. So let me just move this one out of the way. I hope I'm explaining this in a way that somebody might be able to shine some light on this. So this is the sock one, and this is the crochet. And when you put the heel in, so the heel is going to be here, and then so your sock will lay out sideways, if that makes sense, because the heel is going to be inserted here. So your sock will lay like this. So then your toe is here. But if you look at this, the toe, as this lies, you have the whole flat edge here. But on the right foot of the crochet sock, I just move that one out of the way. The right foot is exactly the same as you would do a knitted sock, because my afterthought heel is going to go in here, And when you lay it out sideways, there we go, the toe will be the same and the heel there. So it's like the left sock has a twist on it, because if you'd open this out, and I did notice this when I was making it, but I didn't question it because I am not an expert in crochet socks. See, if you lay that out with the heel in the centre, your toe is not in the centre. I hope this is making sense. So the toe, it doesn't line up, the heel. There, it's kind of got a twist, even though when you put the sock on, it works perfectly well, and the sock is where it should be on your foot. It does come here and the heel. But do you see what I mean? It's got a twist, doesn't it? So that's not right. And that, I've done it exactly per the pattern. The only difference between the left sock and the right sock is where you, on the right sock, you continue working your crochet along, and then you do your chain to place your afterthought heel, missing the correct amount of spaces. And then on the left heel, you would do your chain here, miss the spaces, and then join and work it round. So in theory, I suppose they should come out the same, but they don't. And this, the right sock to me makes perfect sense, and this is how a knitted sock would work up, in this way. And then I'm going to go on and then do the leg part, and then turn it over and then put the afterthought heel in. So this makes perfect sense, the right sock. The left sock, although it's fine when it's on your foot, I don't like it, and I don't know why you would have a left and a right sock and that they would be different. And you would be able to tell a left and a right sock, because this one is going to lay flat at the toe and this one is going to lay sideways like the knitted sock would. I hope I'm explaining this. I know what I mean. I hope this is coming across. So I'm going to unpick the left sock, basically. I'm going to finish the right sock, because to me the right sock is right and it is as a sock should be. So you have the toe at the end, then it's all flat, 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 all at the front, and then the leg and the rib, and then turn it over, and there's my heel placement. And I don't understand why the left sock is different. So anyway, somebody who does crochet socks may be able to explain why. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to frog the left sock, and I'm going to make it the same way as the right sock, which is the same way you would knit a sock. So yeah, but I didn't question it when I was making this one, because as I say, I haven't made lots of socks. Now the other socks I've made have been made in this way, where you do the toe, you go up, and then you do your front stitches, and then you do your chain and it joins, and then the heel placement is on the back, and that makes perfect sense. But because it was a new sock and a new pattern, I didn't question the design. I just made it, and it fit, and it was fine, and it works when it's on the foot. It really does. There's no twist in the sock when it's on. However, I don't understand why there's a left and a right, and why there would be that kind of twist to where the heel is. That's the best I can kind of explain it. So that's why I'm going to frog the left sock, and this is going to be my go-to, is the right sock. And I'm going to make 2 right socks and not a left and a right, because every sock I've done is identical anyway. I've never done a left and a right sock. So anyway, I hope my waffling has kind of explained where I'm at with this. And if you've ever come across a left and a right sock, then do let me know, because I don't understand why you would need that anyway, because all the knitted socks I've ever made, I've never done a left and a right. I've always I don't know. I don't understand. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That is what I'm going to do. To me, the right sock is the right sock and the best design of the sock. And maybe that's just because I'm used to knitting the socks and this is the closest to the knitted sock. But it just works. So I'm going to frog the left sock and I'm going to make 2 right socks. And then that will be my pair of socks. So that is where I'm at with those. And that is my plan for the next few days. So I'm going to frog the left sock and start that one again, but I'm really happy with the right sock and it definitely looks more like a traditional sock when I'm making it. Yeah, as I say, I didn't question it when I was making the left sock because I just thought maybe there's something different about a left and a right crochet sock, but no, I'd be very happy with 2 right crochet socks. So that's my plan for that. So I'll just move these out of the way. And what else have I got? Oh, I had a delivery yesterday of some yarn and it is the James Brett Marble in the chunky. This is the MC14 in the red and I'd run out of this. Although I stock this yarn, I'd run out of the MC14. And this was the yarn, if you remember, if you've been following my podcasts, that I was making my Santa hat from. And I'd run out of yarn. Well, I've nearly run out of yarn. I'm not going to have enough to make the Santa hat. So I'd run out of this colour and another local stockist to me had run out of the colour. So I ended up having to wait and I ordered it on Amazon and it's now arrived. So I can finish making my Santa hat. So this is going to be a really long hat like the blue one I done. And I've got this lovely fluffy yarn. This one here, this was from, is it B&M's? Did I get this? It was a while ago now. Yeah, B&M's, £2.50. And I'm going to add this for the ribbon, the rib of my hat, and then obviously a nice big pom-pom on the top of my hat. And I think that will be a lovely Christmas hat. So I'm really looking forward to being able to finish that because I've had to put that on the back burner until I managed to find the correct colour. And now that's here, I can crack on and I shall have a Santa hat very, very soon. So I'm really pleased I can finish that one. As I would like to try and finish as many whips as possible now before Christmas so I can start the new year with some new makes, which would be lovely. So yeah, really pleased. So I can crack on with that one now. And I'll just tell you the pattern of this one. So I've just made this up as I go along and I've just basically done a magic ring, 6 double crochet to start, and that's US terminology. And then all I do is every round I'm just increasing 1 at the end of each round and it gives it a slight slant. So there you go. So it's not going to be completely round. It does have an angle on it, which I really, really like for these hats. And then I just keep going and going, increasing every round until the hat fits me. Then I'm going to add my rib on in the fluffy and then add my pom-pom on. So it's really simple, really quick to do. And some of the hats I've made like this with the woodland ones, if you've seen the podcast, I sometimes just do a random back loop only and then add little things onto the hats. But this one, I'm just going to keep plain and just add the lovely fluffy rib trim on and the fluffy pom-pom. And I think that will be perfect. So I can happily now move on and finish this whip. So that's that one. And I don't think I'll actually have too many whips left. Oh, I finished my scarf. I haven't got that here at the moment to show you, but I'll try and get that on the next either podcast or Vlogmas. But the scarf I was making, I'd finished. So that's another whip complete. So I thought I would just update you on my puzzle as well. I made a start on my puzzle. I haven't got very far as yet. I've got a few pieces here I've managed to do. I've managed to find some of the animal shapes that fit into the puzzle. There. And I have, oh, there you go. I've done that part there. Made a start there. And I've managed to do some down here. So I've made a start. Not a great start. haven't done loads to it yet, but there's still time. It's okay. It's to be enjoyed, isn't it? Not rushed. So I should just take my time and do a little bit every day, and hopefully have it done soon. Okay, so I thought I'd just share one last thing with you before I go. I don't want to make these videos too long because I know there's lots of Vlogmas for you to get through. And that is my first book of December. As you know, I love reading, but I think there's something really lovely about reading books in December when it's all cold outside and you're lovely and toasty inside, curled up with a nice cup of tea and a good book. And this is the book I'm reading, The Familiars by Stacey Hawes. And I am on chapter 5. I think just starting chapter 5, and it's a real page turner. I really like it. So as you know whether you like a book straight away, don't you, from the first couple of pages, and this book really drew me in straight away. So I cannot wait to carry on reading and see what happens. So I think this book is about 4 years old, so it's been out for a while. Just haven't got around to reading it. Okay, so I'll just tell you briefly what the book is about. I'll just read the blurb on the back here. So, in a time of suspicion and accusation, to be a woman is the greatest risk of all. Lancashire 1612. Fleetwood Shuttleworth is 17 years old, married and pregnant for the 4th time, but as mistress at Gawthorpe Hall, she still has no living child, and her husband Richard is anxious for an heir. Then she crosses paths by chance with Alice Gray, a young midwife who promises to help her give birth to a healthy baby. When Alice is drawn into the witchcraft accusations that are sweeping the northwest, Fleetwood risks everything by trying to help her. As the legendary Pendle witch trials approach and Fleetwood's stomach continues to grow, time is running out and both of their lives are at stake. So if that sounds like your kind of book, I highly recommend it, and I cannot wait to read chapter 5 and see what happens next. And I shall leave it there for today, as I think I have talked far too long as it is for a Vlogmas. However, I would like to thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for taking the time out to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It's really helping my channel grow, and I love all your little comments, and it means the world to me. So thank you so much, and I shall catch you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.